This is Tesla. Here are your price targets for Friday. We ended the day at 201.88. This is where we are at the middle of the trend. To the north side takes us to resistance at roughly 204.91. Above that, 206.49, and at another level of resistance and a potential take profit area, roughly 208.04. There's a gap to the north side that would take us out right here to 207.42. We've gotten close a couple of times, and the fourth time will be hopefully the charm, and we will close out that gap. The potential is there for Friday. Now, to the south side, 198.57, a potential buy-in area and support. Another level of support, 197.06, 195.43. And note the blue line here is VWAP. To the south side, because there's always a south side, there's a gap that will take us down to 161.76, and below that 145.43, and other gaps even lower than that. But we are not in the channel, not in the zone. On the 5-minute time frame, we are going in an upward direction. Now, we have some gaps as well after we fill this. Not in the channel, not in the zone, just something to be aware of. That will take us to 219.83 on that one, and 226.93, 233.57, 240.37, and 248.04. This is a long ways off. We tanked hard creating these gaps to the north side, and we will eventually fill. The 1-year price target, 211.31. The next one I'm going to go over is coin. I have not talked about this one in a little while. Again, price targets on the 5-minute time frame. We ended the day at 203.56, up 1.37%. The day's low, 193.88. The day's high, 211.31. We are at the middle of the trend, and in this case, resistance. When we're down here and grinding up, this turns into resistance. If we're up here and we tank, this turns into support. Now, above that, at resistance and a potential take profit area, 215.83, 221.22, and roughly 226.73 to the south side. And note the blue line is VWAP at 201.12. 194.10, 188.69, 183.03. I talk a lot about how there are many levels in between -2 and 2, and one thing that you can look at is obviously VWAP. You can do trend lines, you can do Fibonacci retracements, patterns. All right, to the south side, 194.10. I hope I didn't say that already. 188.61 and 183.03. And we have a gap. We gapped up, so I anticipate a gap down when it eventually fills. We are not in the channel, not in the zone. On the 5-minute time frame, we are going up. But that will take us, whenever we go down, back down to 166.08. Looking left, it looks like I last talked about this stock at 140, or did a chart for it at 140.39. And note the gaps that have not filled to the south side, but right now we are going up along with Bitcoin. I will just drag this out. And then, I have a gap drawn out. I'm going to flip this to the 15-minute time frame. Nope, I'm going to flip it to the 30 because I can't use the wheel to look left. Straighten this out. That's an old support resistance line, I believe. So I drew this out a while ago, and that will take us to 220.90. And that would make sense. And it starts at 210.19. And look at that. That takes us back up to resistance, and that would fill out at 2 standard deviations. Of course, it could go higher, but don't expect price to stay up there. It will fall as people take their profits and they run. They will lock in and they will leave. You can bet on that. And then, of course, the cycle could repeat itself and then go back down to -2 and then climb our way back up. Now this, oops, as you can see, I've tracked this many times. My goodness, this gap was created. Oh boy, look at this. On the 21st of January. It's going to be hard to see, but all right. And now that they changed the calculation for the linear, it's all wonky. So let me see if I can make sense of this. To the north side, we've got a target of right there, basically at this gap fill. So 222.94. To the south side, one target level would be 180.82. Let's take a look at the RSI. Okay, we are overextended on the daily. And look at this, anytime we hit 70 and above, you can bet it's going to fall. The RSI, I use this as support and resistance. And look, we went back down to this level, which is basically resistance. Same thing here, womp down. And then we are at support for a ride up. And the cycle repeats itself on the daily. Weekly, we're overextended. I will anticipate a correction coming up, but on the monthly, still have room before we are overextended and overbought. Okay, let me go on to the next one because this video is getting long. I need to go over Mara. I'm going to do this very quickly now. Trader Monica says that she is into this. So I thought I would take a look at Bitcoin and the other coins, crypto coins. All right, Mara going down on the 5-minute time frame. There's your VWAP. All right, resistance here, 27.75. Oh, wait, I'm missing something. Oh, no, sorry. All right, here we go. Again, roughly 27.90, 32.08, and 36.15 to the south side. This does not look. Let me check something. Yeah, this is why I'm just confused here. This did not look correct because TradingView gets wonky on me. Oh, wait, now it's frozen. Oh, let me just see if I can fix this one. Okay, here we go. Let me give you these price targets again. Something was just not looking right, and that's because all of my indicators were not on there on my chart here. Okay, 27.90-ish, 32.02, 34.10 roughly, and 36.16 to the south side. We've got a gap that will take us to 24.03, the middle of the trend, 23.70. We've got that, and then we've got a touch point right here, 2161 level of support. And then this gap that I'm tracking that will take us down to 1754. We are not in that zone yet, and neither are we in the zone for this one, but something to be aware of. This one we are getting closer, and if we continue to go down, it's not going to get there, I don't think, on Friday. Maybe on Monday if we continue to go south. The next one, Riot. I have not looked at this one in a very long time. There's your VWAP. Resistance is 1525, 1585, and 1646. And notice the movements for VWAP are much smaller than if you play the linear. So you're making a lot more trades if you're doing that. Okay, 1289. 1230 and 1170. RSI turning down. We are overextended. Continuing to go down for Riot. Looking left. Oh, let's see. A gap here. All right. That will take us to 1372, closing out at roughly 1305. And this will be support, and I will anticipate a bounce off of support. Do I have any other ones? Oh no, this is going to take us down even more. Okay, not looking good for Riot. Unless you like to go short, or unless you like to watch for these gaps, let them close, and then buy in. The next one, Bitcoin. Okay, this is a moving target. The minute I hit this, it's going to change. So for this one, what the heck, I'm just going to do it on the 5-minute. So 61,343. I'm gonna leave it there because again, it's going to move on me anytime I just touch this. Okay, your range. And we are going down, a downward channel. 61,905 for resistance. 62,396. 62,884. Support, and note the VWAP there, the blue line at 61,242, 60,920, 59,930, 59,458, and 58,956. We're starting to continue, well, not starting, but continuing to go down on the RSI. If it gets down here, then I will anticipate a bounce and this to reverse a little bit. But right now we are going down. You cannot continue, obviously, to keep going up without consolidating and going sideways, taking a little breather. So I looked at this when price was roughly at 30,000, and what else do I see? I have to flip this to the monthly. Let's see what we can see here. Right. We're nearing a double top there. RSI on the monthly, overextended, so watch out. On the weekly, overextended, going straight up, but this thing is going to curl and then flush you out. And then obviously go down for potential leg up. And that's already overextended. tracked this. Where is... Oh, here. In 2021, I made note of this. JP Morgan predicts short-term high of 73 and long-term high of 146. Bloomberg predicts it could hit 400,000 in 2022. Well, that was a big dud. So Bloomberg was wrong. Just read the charts yourself and you can get an idea of where price is going to take you if you learn to read the charts. Don't even trust me. Don't even listen to me. Read your own chart, look at it, see where you think it's headed. But this to me is overextended. All right, that is a look at Tesla, Coin, Mara, Bitcoin, and Riot. And I think I would like to do a video next on JEPQ and Vanguard's Total Stock Market Index, and maybe a couple other ETFs. Thank you so much for watching.